Hi, welcome to the second season, the summertime season of Martinis with Nick. I'm Philadelphia playwright Nicholas Wardigo, and I am here today with local actress and mermaid, Corinna Burns.
Can you see my flippers?
Corinna Burns is a Philadelphia-based actress who has worked with many local companies, including Innis Nua, Azuka Theater Company, Pig Iron Theater Company, Theater Exile, and the Ardent Theater. Last year, she created a solo performance piece for Solo Fest called Internet Stalker, the text of which will be published in the literary magazine Hotel America. Her next performance is in The Winter's Tale, performed by Shakespeare in Clark Park at the end of July 2015.
Good edit.
Boom! So we got tuna, we got scallops, and we got sea urchin. I highly recommend you don't use soy sauce on the sea urchin, as it's already kind of salty.
Okay.
That's its natural default position.
I've never had sea urchin before, so.
It's very exciting.
One thing I like about working on films, which is a little weird, I think it has something to do with the way I like tech days in theater, is this sense of there's all this other stuff going on and the actor is just like one little piece of it and a very small piece of it, especially with film work. So I like feeling less important in a way.
Insubstantial?
Not insubstantial, but that you're part of this fabric that is this visual framework and sound and all these other things, all these other factors that are going into it. And your piece is just, 1/16 of that. Is it weird if I wash my hands in the water?
No. I've been peeing this whole time, so it's fine.
Oh, that's why it got warmer.
That's why it got warm.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna do that too.
I definitely want to mention Brick Playhouse because I'm not saying you were like solely instrumental in my becoming a playwright. But I'm saying you're like in the top 4.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
If you hadn't answered my email, you
would have been like,
I could feasibly be rich and happy now, instead of sitting in a pool wearing a mermaid tail.
Mm-hmm. It's funny now to think about that place and all of the stuff that was kind of going on there that was sort of a harbinger of what the Philadelphia theater scene looks like now.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely precursor, definitely like mixed levels of skill, but Linda Lowe, who ran the Brick Playhouse, so that would be bad. She brought in all these like solo performance artists who were developing their own work and gave them a home. So there was that was happening before Fringe Festival even started. So like Kevin Augustine and Robert Christoph and a bunch of other talented people. And then we were also doing all this programming to try to ignite and spur on the writing of new plays. Bring me Piggy! Wow. Resonant. No.
Play it like a trumpet.
I've never played a trumpet in my life. Whoa!
That's it.
You just changed my life. The most extraordinary show that I ever did was Pig Iron's Isabella, where we played corpses that were reanimated and acted out a version of Shakespeare's Measure for Measure. And I had an autopsy Y scar that they would build out with latex, and then we had to go in and paint all the sutures in, and then glue or paint all the blood in the seams, and then glue on individual sutures. So that took quite a long time. And then we were in a space called the Ice Box, which is in the Crane Arts Building. And it's just a big gallery space that the sound is terrible. So they did all this stuff to try to make the sound better, but they realized that they still were gonna need to mic us, but we were naked. So they had to give, Nick Cortitas is an incredible sound designer. They gave the male actors wigs that matched their own hair. And hid the mic packs in there. The females, they actually put cornrows into the back of our head, just like 4 rows of cornrows, and we would clip the mic pack onto the cornrows for the show. And that's how we solved that issue, which was amazing. There's a part where I had to take pig's kidneys and try to stuff them back into my because we were pretending they were human kidneys, but they were actually pig kidneys. But like, so I'd have to try to like push them back into my autopsy scar. So I was like covered in like pig blood by the end of the show. So that was like above and beyond the most extraordinary.
See, and that's the reason why people get into acting. It's for the glamorous. It's all the glamour that's
I know. I've gotten to do some really fun, weird shows though, so I'm really happy about that.
I once saw you lick a wall.
Oh, that show was a hot mess.
Can you perform an impromptu scene of an Irish mermaid explaining to her father that she's fallen in love with a surface dweller?
Surface dweller. Oh, Dad. You don't understand. I love him. You see. He's the only one for me. Let me get a little more drunk and I'll do more later.
But he's got lungs and you have gills. It could never work out.
No, it's true love. I can't help it. He's just brilliant.
So last year, you created and performed a solo piece for Solo Fest. Mm-hmm. Was that some sort of a penance for a past crime?
No.
I don't know much about Solo Fest.
You don't?
And it's solo with a W. S-O-L-O-W.
Solo. Mm-hmm. I'm super pro Solo Fest. It's kind of like what Fringe used to be.
Right.
And Fringe has needed to become what Fringe is now. We can have a whole discussion about that, whatever. But I think that that's true. But it's really great that there's another thing where you can make a show with 0 money and people will come to see it. So I did a double bill with Chris Davis, who has made a new piece, and he's redoing it now and reperforming it now, and he's going to take it to Edinburgh. And we did it on his roof, and he would make quesadillas, and we had wine and beer, and it was just,
wow.
And we did it at sunset, and it was just awesome. Yeah.
So whatever time sunset was, you did it?
Well, yeah. I mean, we aimed for like 7:30, and then my piece didn't need the sunset, but his piece.
It was whenever the quesadillas were done.
Yeah.
Got it. Was there? Oh, those aren't eaten onions. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
I think the regional theater model is a terrible model, and it creates a terrible, mediocre product.
What specifically is terrible about it?
Time. You have 3 weeks, and if you're lucky, and you're in previews, and I think that. I actually think there's a lot of bad directors. I think a lot of the regional theater directors are not that good. I think there's a lot of talented actors. I think there are a lot of talented directors too, but I think there's a lot of successful directors who don't do any professional development of their own. They don't go see other work consistently. Some people do. This is not across the board. And they're like, I don't know, they think that you have to make a certain kind of product to make a certain kind of money. Not that anybody makes money in theater. I don't know. I think it's time, mostly. I've seen very few plays this year, or in my lifetime, no, this year, that I was like, that was atrocious. I have seen some this year that I thought, that was atrocious, but many more shows that I was like, huh. I didn't like all of those parts. I didn't like the way this happened. I didn't like the whatever element.
What was that Gila monster doing there?
Yeah. Exactly. No, the Gila monster was awesome. But
I disagree.
but so I'm happy to like have more complicated feelings about a production and be like, these aspects were good and this aspect was not so good. But mediocrities of the world, I absolve you. What's that from?
Oh crap! Hang on. Amadeus.
Yes, good call. No. It's okay. It sterilizes it.
It did. Oh my god! It killed every bug in this pool.
Yes.
That's a kick-ass vermouth.
This vermouth is very nice.
It is.
It makes it so that you can't even really taste the vodka. My father, I love him. He's got 4 legs. He's beautiful. Didn't Splash, doesn't she make that noise?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I think she does.
I think you're wrong.
No, she's in like the bathtub freaking out, right? Oh.
No, I think you're thinking of
Cut to a clip of
I
Splash.
think you're thinking of that show where you lick the wall. So thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Martinis with Nick. Thanks again to my very special guest here, Corinna Burns, aka Aquamaid.
But father, I love him. I don't care if he has 2 legs.
Him and his walking ability and his
It's so sexy, father.
him with his heels
I
and
can't
his
resist
shins.
it.
Stay tuned after the credits to see Corinna Burns' hidden talent. That was awful. Thanks.
Fist bump.
Boom.
Do you mean it? We could do it again if you want. So I'm going to make my home drink of a bee's knees cocktail. So that requires honey simple syrup. We're gonna make 4 of these, so I like to be generous with the lemon juice. So I'm gonna do half a lemon per drink. So you wanna do like a 4 count per cocktail. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you make a seal. That's gonna leak a little. Good enough. Good enough for us.
I like it.
I like it too.
It's quite good. You could do a little more honey if variations. If you have a more neutral gin, then the honey and the lemon's gonna come out a little more. But this is kind of nice with that kind of orangey hint.
Yeah.
Cheers. That is all. But the water was so lovely.